It's such a lovely thing to wake up with like visions of many things in your sleep with clear stories about what to talk about. It's as much a guaranteed message every morning. Here's the thing, I don't often give them all, but there's ones that are particularly important, especially if they ever involve Ava. Then there's very good reasons. So Ava's like me in some ways, always kind, loving, and could see the good side of all things and all stories. And like all people that are being attacked by Satan, Satan will always point out and point to the bad stories, the bad parts of even good stories. Do you know there is a bad part in every good story? Yeah, it's Satan. It's all his demonic witches and crazy people. And by the way, it's dark entities, dark magic, Satan, witches. They're the ones that kill dreams, okay? Here's a dream I had, coincidentally, about a goat. And if you don't know that I just told you about goats as well, that's what I just did. Because the goat's representing the dark sides of things. And if you ever had a goat, then you know the dark side of goats. They do very strange things. It's not a kid-friendly petting zoo, that's for sure. It's kind of a heavy, dark petting zoo. The kind that Evelyn likes. You know? She's probably a regular at some of the bathhouses with their gay boyfriend. Anyway, back to love. So the interesting parts of this dream, Chewy, he's a very good dog. And Ava should remember this at least. I mean, he'd come running and then, all of a sudden, go slow and gentle, barely even bump into Ava. And then he'd be running the same way and he'd come right and knock a leg out. I mean, I'm almost fallen down a couple times with his run at me. But, this dog is over 100 pounds. He's a heavy, he's a dog that really has the weight. If he wants to push, he can push. But interesting, in this dream, he was over by this trailer. And this trailer, in the back of it, as I approached, I could see it was a goat. And I know this goat. I've had goats. And I quite enjoy. They are very amusing. They definitely have attitudes. Much like some of the characters that I've expressed in the dark side of things and the good side of things too. Yeah. So here we have another goat, and this charactered goat he's sick, and dreams are always coming in to give some voice to some truth in the way things are. But with dark spirit and Satan, the evil one, those dreams and stories can be manipulated. So true good dreaming things going on here with me. And Ava was there too. And here she is with, by the way, this particular goat's name was Billy. And B-L-E sure was. So she's hugging him, and there's tears. And to me, the message is pretty clear. It's really quick and easy for me to identify with. The fact is some of the characters that we grew fond of, they tell truths. They mixed in some lies, and it's all the state of manipulation. And this goat, as ill as he was also loved. Although it's funny because the other goat in my bigger story that coincidentally Ava also knows And she was very, very firm about not wanting this guy ever around. Coincidentally, there's a few other bad characters that also knew what a character this Billy is. Yeah, hippie. Anyway, he'll never be in and around me again, that's for sure. And this ill goat, it's not just ill. In the story, this goat is dying. And in the reality, the ill goats are also sick and dying. And the wage of sin is death. And, you know, I could see the attachments. And the attachments to some of these people and their ill ways is not just to them, it's them to their personas and their egos. Also not real. Very unreal in some cases. But when you spend your life, or you spend 30 years chasing some lies and some illusions and building up some personas and stories about who you are, it's mostly bullshit then. So anyway, this is important. Yeah, whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. And you can't get any more true and beautiful than this. And the absolute perfection and absolute clarity that comes from knowing God is that the way to beat Satan is very simple. Love and truth. Here's the thing. Everything really comes down to even one rule. Because whereas I was saying, the more I learn, the less I have to know. And because their battle is built on many, many lies. So in order for them to fight their battle, they have to remember all the lies they've told, you know, to be in the state of being consistent, where they feel that their lies have the power of fooling people, because that's all they have the power of. But once you fooled someone, then they roll on and fool others. Anyway, here's a simple thing about my rule. Love encompasses truth. I don't have to ever lie in my life, because my life is impossible really to lie. At this point, I realize it's not that Jesus can't lie, it's just he doesn't. And that's where I'm at right now too. And this can be so simple for everyone to understand. And this is the clarity in all the messages that I'm going to bring. You know, this could be an hour-long conversation about me loving a goat, even though he was bad and did some very strange things. And my daughter the same way. It's because the empath within sees that they thinks and feels the pains of these people as well. So we can identify with those things, but we also can identify and hear their intent. And as she gets better, she'll decide, wait a minute, that's not my intent. These are not my feelings. I can walk into the room with 50 people and I can know who to talk to and who to leave. So, yeah. And then this one here. Faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. And this has many, many meanings to it. Essentially, that a lot of things within this realm and a lot of the things that are being guided to do, sometimes, I mean, I'm like, what? Hug the goat? Yeah, but when you understand, it's easy to understand why. And faith is that there's things being done and heard beyond you, and it's to the effect is all the things that she thinks are being done in secret, they're not, and everything will be revealed. Everything. So all the misintents and lies, the conscious and very slow attitudes in development that were really based on lies, they are also revealed. So again, love wins. And there's nothing that the demonic entities are really going to be hiding. It all comes out. Okay. Be still. This has multiple meanings too. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. It's essentially to be in the storm and have the faith that everything will ride out just as it's supposed to. And, to, when in doubt, ride it out. God will not allow anything to defeat his plans for my life. And so I wake up today, I'm here for a reason. And my reasons are always going to be true, loving, and kind. I will hug the goat. I will feel sorry for that goat when he dies. And then I will remain my day in searching for lost lambs I can bring back to the flock of God. And I will always have some very big, beautiful dreams about my daughter Ava picking up the phone and calling Grandma. Call Dad too. Yeah, I have the patience and the love there. And here's the thing, there is no surrender. None. I don't have to. My love will ride out anything. It's the evil people that lose and eventually surrender, because their true evil comes from the narcissist ego that they already bow to. Yes. By the way, this is also a very important message for someone else. There won't be a number 13 in it this time. And I gave you the date too. But that's all you get. I feel sorry for you. You sick goat. Oh, turn yourself to love and truth and become a lamb and join the flock of God. There we go. Your true winnings. Right there. I love you. I love you, Ava. Call Grandma. And Lindy, I love you too. Come on. I know how stupid you were. This is crazy shit that you fell for. Anyway, and for what? What the fuck would you, who fools people to doing this kind of shit? And this is important too. There's a lot of people that know things that are remaining quiet. And here's the thing. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. Okay? Don't buy into stories. If I was really going to hurt anyone, it probably would have been very easy to decide who that would be. And I'm not. So, here's the thing. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm happy that I'm the guy that you forced me into knowing I was and becoming one of love and truth. Because I could have made some mistakes that would have ended the story pretty quick. But that's not me. Anyway, I'm just only saying this because some of you need to hear it. I will never hurt anyone. Okay? Past mistakes are also very well defined past mistakes. If I ever did hurt you, all you have to do is call me and ask for an apology. I wholeheartedly love and forgive and would apologize to anything bad that I could have ever done, which almost inherently is I can't even remember. So, but the thing is, feelings and ego gets in the way. Is it truly something that hurt you or hurt your ego? Was I not bowing and praying to your super ego? Anyway, the point is, yes, my rebirth is also one of no sin. Now, I haven't really put the time into figuring some of this out because I'm still a follower of Jesus. okay? But I think technically I actually died. And it's on 2 occasions in which I died. And on at least one of these occasions, it's very defined death. I talked to God, okay? So here's the other thing. If I technically died, if I am living without sin from that point forward, which I am, then Satan has no hold over me regardless. Although I still following Jesus, because that is the one sure fire way to stay out of death. Because the wage of sin is death, and that's part of the contract that we're in. And this is Adam and Eve, and if you don't know it, and if you think that you're going to the 5th dimension and you're like God without Jesus, you're being tricked. Okay, that spiritual growth that Satan is offering is all lies. Really pay attention to the biblical standpoint. Here's the thing. You can also get some help. Hello? Call Jason. The other thing is AI is fantastic. I've made videos that show it. It could be a demonic force behind the scenes, but it's building this angle up gradually. Government's really still putting full-time efforts into dividing everyone. And from what I can see, AI will deconstruct parts of the Bible. It will help me and listen to what I tell it to do, as opposed to giving me stuff I don't need or want. For instance, it has ability to input. I can say, give me input on this. But I say I don't need any help deciding what I'm trying to say. And it doesn't. It's interesting. Although it does regurgitate a little too much, it does also construct what I've already said back into it's quite well done. So if there's any biblical standpoint that you're having troubles understanding, you can message me and I'll help you. You can also put the questions into ChatGTP or Grok, and it will come back with good answers. Here's the thing. I will tear the shit out of anything it comes back with, looking for things that are not correct. And I have found some. And it seems like in the beginning of where I was having problems with it was programmers very much putting their programming into giving defined answers. Like, how come when you're making mid-journey images and you're specific to saying like my white parents, and they come back black? It's funny. It's like when I ask for Jesus with a lamb and he gives me Jesus with a goat. Okay, that's some bias. That's some silliness. That's that Evelyn and her tarot cards. Hey, tarot, because that is it. It's rot. It's all lies and bullshit. And if you haven't noticed someone really stressing and someone in her stories casting more lies, I'm honestly at this point where I can see that she is desperate to get people to buy into her shit. And because they were at one time, she continues to think that these are suckers for life. Well, suckers for life could be death. Anyway, I love Evan the goat. But I most of all love my Ava. Anyway, Ava, same phone number. And I don't mind giving it to everyone, because here's the thing. I know that only good people will call me. 778-707-0787. 778-707-0787. I don't answer the phone for goats anyway. My phone, goat calling. Oh, fuck. So I just turned the phone off. It's when you see the goat standing up on the podium, he's on the 6 o'clock news, and the goat, let's just say in this case, like Elon Musk or Trump, okay, and the goat is there professing the rights of the lost lamb, the nation of lambs. The flock of the United States is flocking crazy. So you have to remember something here. What I keep pointing to is that Satan's not really even concerned with what you're fighting. Here's the thing. Here's your options. There's this lie and there's this lie. And he is going to put characters there to push you in those directions. And here's the thing. Even if you're outside of both those lies and you're fighting for some truth, you're just fighting the liars on both sides. And it's exactly what they want. They really just want you being caught in their lies. So here's the escape. Just love everyone. Realize that they're lies. You can say your truths nice and soft. Like, I'm giving my truths. Here's the thing. I'm actually saying it quite soft and nice too. I'm on the phone with the FBI saying, I know how this is going to play out. I know that you're not going to get an agent on the phone. I know even when I'm telling you about murderers and drug dealers that you profess, and your director is on our news saying that it's a problem originating in Vancouver, which is coincidentally me saying, yes, that's correct. Not only is it correct, I know who it is. And I can prove it. And here's the thing. If the FBI was real and not just goat bullshit, then they would. But they don't, because I know how it all works in place. And here's the thing. If anything, they're going to want to keep me quiet. Well, they can't kill me, obviously. We're at this point. Here's the other point we're at. If they could. Here's what's also very nice for me. I'm not afraid of what they can do or can't do. I'm not afraid of dying because I'm not really dying. Hey, the wage of sin is death. Here's the thing. The wage of God and love of Jesus and kindness and truths and forgiveness is also life. Here's the other thing too. If you see a big push in this, you have to ask yourself as to why. They ramp up the fear, they ramp up the lies, only when they see something, and Satan sees it too. And that is that there are many lamb coming back to the flock of God. And that's got some goats really sick. Anyway, Elon Musk, rather fight back than die. Don't get lost in that. He knows they die. And fight back. This is like, the whole story in which it's going to be, the reset. Yeah, because they've done this reset many times. And I'm not sure, when I say reset many times, they could be speaking of at least one very big reset, which was the flood. And like the time of Noah, so shall be in the time of man. And we're in that time, which is also when we will see Jesus, but we will also see the biggest liar of all, the father of their lies. And these are their children. What we can call them as technically they're his kids. And for those that have goats, that one is funny. Anyway, love wins. Turn the fucking TV off. Turn the news off. Here's the thing. I still can watch a little TV for sure. But if you see it for what it is, you'll also see there is no good characters. There is not. I don't even think I've ever seen a TV show with a real good character. What they are using is a bad character as a good character by making the other bad character bad in some other way where you can identify with why this guy's the good. Okay, tell me, Tony Soprano, was he a good character? For that show, he kind of was. Nonetheless, this is a murderous, lying, savage person, right? And okay, and therein also lays the story as to why you can love and forgive everyone, because the whole planet is bad character. And here's the thing. I realized this at a point where I said it. I even said, if I was going to list all the bad characters in my show, it could be like, years of just running characters, because that's the thing. It's funny because you can laugh. Like, for instance, some of the best jokes there are the ones where the comedian is making fun of the things that he's done that are silly. The expense of a good joke is me. Anyway, in this case, it's the expense of a good joke is the goat. Anyway, love you. Billy is sick, and coincidentally, Billy is really sick. And a lot of these very dark, demonic people are tricked into their illness. But we as an empath, somebody who just feels and loves everyone, feels for them too. And here's inlays what I was getting to, is that I see her still suffering through things. And the tricks of all the bad people, they play the narcissist game of targeting empaths the most. Here's the thing though, that's genuine. And that love is genuine. And good people are going to turn to love in a fight against bad people. This is the way we will do it. And love is the win. And the tricks and Satan still going on. Here's the weirdest thing. The whole world is dividing right now. And they really just don't even care which side you pick. It's just pick one side and fight. And my post to them all, Vance, Trump, FBI, is that no, good people won't fight. Their fight will be with love and kindness and truth, and that is the way, and always will be the way to win. And Ava, yeah, love them, because loving your enemy is a good thing. To feed the poor, to help the suffering, to walk the old lady across the road. Be the good, kind person you are, and call grandma. Here's the thing. I taught you this a long time ago, and I did. And I continue to teach everyone the same thing, that love is the winner here, and it always will be the winner. Here's the thing. If you haven't noticed, the times in which you feel the best, usually when you're doing something nice for someone else. It's not always about you. It's quite opposite. It's about who you did something nice for. And I see these people taking pictures of themselves feeding poor and so forth. If you need a reward to do it, then it's not good. If you need money to help someone, then you're overlooking some very obvious things. See, because it costs you nothing to help people. Old lady needs her lawn cut, maybe. Maybe she doesn't have a garden in her yard, but she always wanted to. You can help people in many ways. Just really get away from all the traps, all those things that keep you worried. Play some good loops in your head. Escape the dark magic. Darth Vader, come and give Darth a hug. Yeah, my little princess, I love ya. Keep being nice. That's a dream, but it's giving me a glimpse into something spiritual that matters. And that is that you are kind and loving. And by the way, the bad goat, the one that you already know this one and you didn't like him. And you even said, no, Dad, he's not allowed here. And coincidentally, he isn't allowed there. Of course, I'm not there either. Anyway, Billy, my goat, that was more of a pet, strange things, they really are strange. And it's a good analogy to compare sheep and goats, because sheep never have problems with them escaping. You know, they'll walk along a fence they could just walk through. But goats, they will climb on your roof. I had a goat actually with the door open, walked in the house, ate all the cereal, ate the plants, stood there with a jar of pickles smashed on the floor, chewing on some Cheerios. And this is you know, it's funny, but it's true. It's like you don't have to write material for jokes when you have pet goats, because I'll tell you right now, there is endless material. Plus, Billy liked to drink beer. Like most goats are alcoholics. Anyway, I love you. I love you. It's my goat. You. I don't know. I don't even really know if a ewe is. I think a ewe is a female lamb, but it may be a female goat too. Anyway, I love you. Bye. Bye.